The motion I have is that, Mr. Speaker, we adjourn consideration of this matter and discuss a matter of definite public importance. The CDF has just announced that he has deployed our military in South Sudan to protect the capital. And you know, Mr. Speaker, that deployment can only happen with the approval of Parliament. So the motion is that you adjourn debate on this matter, Mr. Speaker, and I raise this matter. The good thing, we have the Minister for Defense here. We also have a UPDF representative. And the Minister of Defense, a very good lawyer, was my chair in the Committee on Legal, to tell us how this deployment has been done in total violation of the Constitution. That's the motion, Mr. Speaker, I am seeking to move.
Well, interesting motion, but Honorable, I don't know whether you got this news when you were here or earlier on, because 64.2 requires that you write to the Speaker 2 hours before plenary begins, or if it is extremely urgent and where you have to satisfy the Speaker, then, you know, I have to consider very many issues at stake. I do believe this indeed is a critical matter, but which can be discussed on another day. Okay.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with you that I have to satisfy you, because this matter is also a security matter. Deployment of a national army cannot be casually done. That's why in the Constitution, it must be done with the full authority of Parliament. And even if it is deployed for 1 hour, Mr. Speaker, if it may please you, you can appoint another time. And then we have, maybe if you allow, the Minister of Defense can give us a 5 minutes status report, and then you present, you give us an opportunity to be briefed properly on this matter, because an announcement on all now international media, Uganda is there as having deployed the military to protect the capital of South Sudan. And because now this is an international story, you can't prolong it further than maybe tomorrow. So I beg you, Mr. Speaker, to allow, if the Minister of Defense can brief us, and then we can have it raised formally on a date and time that you have appointed.
Thank you. Now, Honorable, I will not allow a matter because it's an international story. I will allow it because it is I can only allow it because it's critical. But let me first get from Minister of Defense. Do you have anything you want to say on this? Have you deployed nowhere before can rule on the matter, Honorable Minister?
Right, Honorable Speaker, I was following a motion that was being considered, listening attentively to the debate that had just issued. Whatever Honorable Ssemujju is saying, you see, as a journalist, he could access information that me as a lawyer may not be able to access. Because me as a lawyer, information has to be very formal. I don't rely on social media. That's the difference between the two professional bodies.
So,
but this Parliament, I'm not aware of any formal communication that has been made.
Thank you. So, yes, because of that, now it becomes difficult for me to put a question on this motion. Yes. Now, Jonathan, you want to support him in satisfying me?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. With the due fairness to the minister, but also without prejudice to the submission of Honorable Ssemujju, if it is true, it is a serious matter. And like I mentioned, let the government show us that they're actually working. This would not be something difficult for the minister to verify if there is a government running. And since it's a very important matter, and you know under Section 39, I believe, deployments outside the country for peacekeeping missions can only happen with the approval of Parliament. That is in the law. It even goes to say that if Parliament were in recess, Parliament would be recalled and constituted for that purpose. So since it's an urgent matter, and the government seems to be in control, unless they are saying they are not in control of this particular CDF, that he can actually deploy without the knowledge of government. The minister can verify this information and bring it here, because it has implications in terms of resources. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yeah. So, honorable colleagues, you know, this is the Minister of Defense, okay? When a Minister of Defense, no, there is a Minister of Defense, deployment of that nature, I'm very sure a Minister of Defense should be involved, because in the end, he's the one who will come and report here in Parliament. Now, when the Minister has come and says he has not participated in any meeting, okay, authorizing deployment or confirming deployment, now it becomes very difficult. But Honourable Minister, like Honourable Jonathan Odur has said, in case you've done that, or you're planning to do that, please follow the law, come here in Parliament and update us, and then you seek for the support which you would expect from Parliament to give to you. Honourable Minister?
Just to give a benefit of doubt, like I said before, the deployment, unless could have happened when I'm here. So I will have to verify and inform the House.
Yeah, sure.
I think that would be comforting my good friend from Kira Municipality.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with your guidance. And like the Honorable Jonathan said, sometimes we sympathize with you. The other day when JAT was deployed, police said they don't know them. The spokesperson of the media said we don't know JAT. The CDF thanked them for a job well done. Then the spokesperson of the media, they had to come the following day to own them. So we sympathize with you, but we have a duty to account to the country. But I will take your guidance, Mr. Speaker. We wait for the lawyer. Lawyers, as he said, they take long to learn things. For us, we learn them as they happen.
Thank you. I can see the different professionals clashing on how effective they are in terms of executing.
For the record, and further readers, future readers of the Hansard, they may wonder whether there was a lawyer in the House when Honorable Ssemujju was making that serious allegation. How we take long to learn. It is well known, and here with due respect, the difference is there. We verify, we need proof, so that we are sure of what we are talking about. But journalists can make anything, and that is Ssemujju for you.
Honorable Ssemujju, there is no one on the floor. Thank you. I've been reminded that lawyers run for 5 years, journalists for 3 years. So maybe that's a difference. Okay, thank you. Let's
of the Auditor General.
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker and colleagues, I beg to lay on the table the Ministerial Policy Statement for Office of the Auditor General, Vote 131 for financial year 2025 2026. I beg to lay.
Thank you. Now, Honourable Minister, before I refer this statement, you know, the Auditor General is part of Parliament. He's an officer of Parliament. We were thinking his budget should be consolidated with that of Parliament, and they put a statement handled through the Committee on Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. What would be, what should this be a matter we maybe discuss out? Or because he's an officer, he's part of Parliament, and he's been facing funding challenges and all that, and he's been crying out, saying, but I'm part of you. But then you push me the other side. Now I start roaming around. So, Honourable Minister, what would be your view on that?
Mr. Speaker, yes, it is true. Office of the Auditor General, or the Auditor General is a staff of Parliament under the National Audit Act of 2008. However, there are two things. One, in terms of governance, the Auditor General for budget and other policy matters, he has been reporting to the committee, reporting to Parliament through the Committee of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. And two, what we need to think about is that whereas the Auditor General is an office of Parliament, his operations are independent. The independence of the office of the Auditor General must be upheld.
So the independence is safe-regarded in finance. It can't be in Parliament.
We are not looking at finance. Auditor General does not report to us. Mr. Speaker, in this case, it means even Parliament, because I have just presented your ministerial policy statement.
As a commissioner.
But also, you are a vote.
No, but Honourable Minister, you understand my point is that parliamentary budget is a statutory, you know, is a statutory budget. Honourable Boss, you wanted to comment on that because you have been running, you run the Committee on Legal and Parliamentary Affairs for long. Yeah. I see Minister is caucusing.
Yes, we are the same. We, in the last Parliament, myself and Honorable Musasi, now the Minister of Finance, were chairpersons of committees, one for Legal and Parliamentary Affairs and Finance. What the Auditor General, designated by able Government Chief Whip, now Dr. Canon
Mrs.
Ruth Nankabiro.
Good.
And Honorable Musasi knows, I said, why don't you tell the Speaker the truth? Auditor General is an accountability institution that falls under Parliament. Even if you went and checked the vehicle they drive, is not a finance vehicle, it's a parliamentary vehicle, H. And the governing body that we used to is both the chairperson of legal and the chairperson of finance. So, Right Honorable Speaker, if that has been brought to you, it's in the right place. The laying of these instruments, the estimates here, could have just been a procedural matter, but the independence and being an accountability institution, that should check everyone, and that's the role of Parliament. That checks the executive and if there are any excesses. So I think they are in order. For purposes of budgeting, there should be need to harmonize. They should not be under armpits of Minister of Finance. In fact, Minister of Finance should stay far away from them.
Thank you. Thank you, Senior, both of both. And we have discussed this with the Auditor General. At the handover of the former Auditor General, he raised it as a serious issue of concern. And to kickstart the process, I'm going to refer this policy statement to the Committee on Legal and Parliamentary Affairs as we go to harmonize with Finance on how we can have their budget under Parliament for purposes of further support. Thank you.